fly fish till the day that I die. Spring has thawed out the long bitter winter. The water is clear and the skies are blue. I'm standing in the middle of the Beaver Kill River. I might even catch and release one or two. Well, some folks like horses, cats or dogs. Me, I like fishing with a rod and a fly. Yes, fishing is a favorite pastime of mine. If I couldn't do it, I think I would cry. Well, life is good when I'm wading a river. It gets even better when I cast a fly. If I catch a trout, it don't really matter. It's fun just to be here and give it a try. Trout is rising in the far eddy. I make a false cast, then take my aim. If he takes the fly, I feel so much better. And if he doesn't, I'll feel no shame. Stoneflies and caddis and the riffles are plenty. Mayflies courting on fragrant breeze. And cedar wax wings come down from the heaven, wait for their dinner up in pine trees. The water is cold and my waders leak, and it's raining now on my favorite stream. I'll bear it all, just fish with a feather, so when I sleep I will have a sweet dream. And life is good when I'm wading a river. It gets even better when I cast a fly. If I catch a trout, it don't really matter. It's fun just to be here and give it a try. Oh, ripples and waves, pools and eddies, trout are rising for the mayfly. And the sun is shining down on the valley. Hope to be a fly fishing till the day that I die. Yes, I hope to be a fly fishing till the day that I die. Hi folks, how you doing? Curtis Mayflat here. On my motorcycle today, and I'm stopping at the Orvis shop called Timber Creek in the town of Maine on Route 26. I'm going to take a little tour inside and look at some of the gadgets that you can buy here at the Orvis shop. And however, it is a sad day today because today is my last show that I'm doing for this season. And primarily because it's June, it's time to be out fishing. You shouldn't be sitting inside watching my show. So get outside and go fishing. And again, this is the last show, so make sure you record it. Get that recorder started. Well, let's get off the horse here and go inside and see Chuck Sherwood. But I'm here in the Timber Creek Sportsman Shop in town of Maine on Route 26, and I'm just looking around at some of the things there are for sale here at a typical fly shop. And One of the things you'll notice is a large selection of hackles, high quality hackles for tying those really small flies, size 20, 22, tricos and things like that, plus a variety of other sizes, size 16, sulfurs and things like that. And over here behind my camera guy, we have your typical bead heads, cone heads, scissors, Dr. Schick, Schlick. We have all kinds of other gadgets here for fly tying, typically found in almost any fly tying store. There's also some rod building thread here too that you don't usually find in most places. And right next to that we have hooks. All kinds of hooks here. We have dry flies, we have nymphs, caddis, you name it. Variety of flies, hooks for tying flies right here. So if you're tying flies, get on out here. We got a great selection. Now, if you look right here next to me is the fly bench. This is where there's all kinds of flies here, and I come here a lot and I buy lots of flies here. Typically, I tie a lot of flies, but there's also a lot of really nice flies here. We have large selections of high-quality spinners, rusty spinners, which I've been using primarily a lot, fly boxes, and so it's just a good shop here for buying flies and buying fly tying material. Not only are there a large selection of high-quality flies here at Timber Creek, there's other materials as well. You have your matched duck quills, dubbing, you have your lemon wood duck for wing material, and you also have a nice selection of fly tying vices. This is a nice rotary vise, and there's other ones here as well. And again, there's a wide variety of materials for tying flies here, and I mean, almost everything you can imagine is here. There's reel bags. I've got one like this. And there's other accessories like coats, jackets, and other things here. And if you look behind me, there's a large selection of high-quality fly rods. Orvis, and there's a Timber Creek model that there's only 6 left of, and they're really good rods to use. I have one of those right now. But if you look here, you see Orvis rods. Get a close-up of rods. You don't have to. You're going to cut. Just walk right over there. Just get like right here.
You're going to have 13 years old. Oh, yeah. We've done it. We did it through 20 years.
Please work with me, baby.
Model 420, there's one.
Okay.
And over here in the corner, next to the fly rods, we have your leader and tippet material. We have a variety of Mirage, Orvis Super Strong, some fluorocarbon leaders, and other types right here. Lots of backing. You always need backing on the back of your reel. You can't just use fly line. There's also a selection of Orvis fly lines and some Cortland. So there's a wide variety of fly lines here. There's also some of the extra gear that you need when you go fly fishing. One of the handiest tools is, number one, a thermometer. You need a thermometer. But this is a hook taker router. You slide it right down the line, and it extracts the hook from the fish's mouth without touching it.
It's called a catch 'em release.
Catch 'em release. Doesn't sound right. And you have your dry fly floating and other things like that. Your fake bobbers, which are called strike indicators in the fly fishing. And we have a variety of hemostats for extracting hooks as well. Also, in a typical fly shop, you'll find waders. These are breathable waders with a stocking foot, which requires the addition of a wading shoe. And these come in a wide variety and styles of prices and everything else. But you're going to be looking at some high quality waders or wading boots, hip boots. How's that? Let it roll. There you go. This is it. And when you go fishing, you're going to catch some fish. You're going to catch some trout. So you're going to need a high quality net as well. These are nice wood handled, laminated woods. Very nice nets, very lightweight, and one of the nicest things to have with you is a magnetic net mender. This magnet is very strong and it holds your net on the back of your vest. Very good thing to have. I have one of these.
They're all cracked, right?
Yeah.
Either in here or down here.
Ah.
Just, the guys dropped them and
Yeah.
no, I was going down last week, but I was sick. And I'll be darned if, and then the wind was blowing about 25 miles an hour too, so.
Take two. Hi folks, Curtis Mayfly here, Riffles and Waves. We're at Chuck Sherwood's new shop called Timber Creek in town of Maine on Route 26. Got all the good stuff here that you need to fly fishing. Here's Chuck. How you doing, Chuck?
Good, nice to meet you.
How long you been open? I mean,
I opened the shop here January 15th after moving from Vestal. It's been pretty good, been pretty well received here by everybody in the community. A lot of people finding the store. We're adding new products and changing some of the old products around.
and you're still operating a website.
Still operating the store website.
And I'll put that up on the screen too. And also back here we have all the hatches on all the rivers are up here. So if you need to know what's going on, stop in and see Chuck. He's got a lot of guns here, shotguns and shells and everything else. Duck calls. He's got fly fishing reels. He's got flies, hats, everything you need to go fly fishing or hunting or enjoy the great outdoors. And we got to get going today, Chuck. But I just wanted everybody to say hi to you.
Thanks for stopping, I
Meet you.
appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Well, folks, we just got back from Timber Creek Sportsman Shop in the town of Maine, and we said hello to Chuck Sherwood out there, the owner of the shop, and I hope you get down there and say hi to him as well. He's got a very nice shop there, and it's not just fly fishing. He has black powder equipment and supplies. He has shotguns and supplies, and he has dog training supplies. He's got Orvis coats, jackets, vests, nets. You name it, if Orvis sells it, he can get it for you too. But what I wanted to say was it's been a fun season. We did the usual number of shows, typically 17 to 20 shows a year. And we covered conservation, we covered fly tying, we covered stream hydrology, and we covered kayaking and how to find trout. We covered a lot of things about what trout eat, talking about the dry flies and nymphs and things like that. And we pretty much covered a lot of stuff. So I hope you watch the whole show this season, all the shows. And if you missed a show and you have a computer and you have QuickTime up to date, all my shows are on my website at web.mac.com/avkurt. So if you go to my website and you click on there, you're going to be able to see podcast, or it's going to say Riffles and Waves, and you're going to be able to see all the shows are on there in an archive format. So there's all 17 shows are up there on the web. You can download them to your computer, I think, if you want. I don't charge anything for that. I do have some ads on there, so I hope you click on our sponsors. Also, check out my fly shop. I have a fly shop on there now, so I'm selling some flies, and I have hand-tied leaders on there. So those are about $9 a piece, and they work pretty well. The flies are 13 flies make up a dozen, and it's $24 a dozen. and that includes shipping. So you can't beat that deal anywhere. And I have a small selection of flies because I'm not a big-time tyer or anything. I like doing small orders and things like that for people who can't tie anymore or can't see very well enough to tie or have trouble tying. That's the people I like to tie for, the people that have trouble there. So check out my fly shop. Check out Riffles and Waves online. Again, it's web.mac.com/avkurt. And check out Riffles and Waves online. And for now, it's been a nice season. It's June. It's time to get out there and go fishing. Forget about watching TV now. Get outside and go fishing. So, see you on the stream.
A remote pond in the Adirondack Park. A classic Catskill stream. Lake Ontario, the Finger Lakes, and their many tributaries. The Hudson and Delaware River drainages. All of these scenes are part of New York State's great fishing heritage. New York State is somewhat unusual in that there is a wide variety of fishing habitat available within a few hours' drive of a major metropolitan center. Many acres of excellent trout water, in fact, have been created through the development of the system of reservoirs that provides New York City with drinking water. In recent years, however, population growth and land development has sometimes limited public access to certain streams. Acid rain deposition continues to plague our mountain lakes and ponds. Poor farming practices have contributed to siltation and stream bank erosion. And toxic contamination, as well as non-point source pollution, is a continuing blight. What can we do to help preserve our precious waters, to maintain and develop fisheries for ourselves and future generations? The New York State Council of Trout Unlimited is addressing this question. Trout Unlimited was founded by a small group of Michigan anglers concerned by the declining quality of trout fishing in that state's Osable River. From this modest beginning in 1959, the volunteer organization has expanded to a national level with over 400 chapters and 65,000 members nationwide. New York State is currently one of the largest state councils with almost 6,000 members as of September 1989. Let's consider a few examples of what Trout Unlimited has done to help preserve and enhance New York's fishing heritage. Through cold water releases from the Pepacton and Cannonsville reservoirs, the east and west branches, as well as the main stem of the Delaware River, provide some of the finest wild trout habitat in the eastern United States. Trout Unlimited has been instrumental in negotiating adequate water releases and is continuing work to refine this release schedule to ensure preservation and growth of this great fishery. The New York State Council is also actively fighting proposals to chlorinate portions of the Groton watershed that are inhabited by trout. Trout Unlimited continues to aid the State Department of Environmental Conservation through recommendations regarding state acquisition of stream easements, the establishment of special regulations fishing areas, and the construction of angler parking and access areas. Trout Unlimited has actively supported the concept of ethical fishing, such as limiting one's catch to what will be immediately consumed. The New York State Council has annually sponsored a statewide trout forum so that anglers may gather in a social setting to share information. Trout Magazine is published 4 times annually by the National Office. It is sent free of charge to all Trout Unlimited members and contains articles on various aspects of trout fishing by well-known authors. An old adage states that the whole is only as strong as its individual parts. And this is certainly true of the New York State Council of Trout Unlimited. Much of Trout Unlimited's mission statewide is carried out at the local level by individual Trout Unlimited chapters. Although there is some variation from chapter to chapter, most meet on a once or twice monthly basis. Many chapter meetings feature programs of general interest, such as a guest speaker, a video or slide presentation, or a live demonstration. Trout Unlimited chapters have been involved in many aspects of habitat development and maintenance. Greenbelting, or limiting traffic and cultivation along each bank of a stream, is an effective means of reducing bank erosion. Greenbelting is often accompanied by the planting of willows or similar well-rooted plants that will help stabilize the stream bank. Sometimes the placement of a more extensive structure, such as a pool digger, is necessary to provide oxygenation and cover for trout. Stream cleanups are an excellent way for a chapter to improve the aesthetic quality of a fishery. Needless to say, the cleanups go a long way to enhance the image of fishermen with respect to local landowners. Trout Unlimited chapters play an important role in the community by providing information on local environmental issues and by sponsoring clinics on various aspects of angling, such as rod building or fly tying. Many chapters work directly with local school systems and with youth groups such as the Boy Scouts and 4-H. Trout Unlimited is firmly committed to working with young people. If we can instill a sense of pride and responsibility for the environment in successive generations of fishermen, we can ensure the perpetuation of high-quality sport fishing. How can you help preserve New York's fishing heritage? It's easy. If you are currently a Trout Unlimited member, don't be a deadhead. Get involved. Help out with your chapter's banquet. Help out with raffles and other fundraisers. Take part in community education projects. Get your feet wet with a stream cleanup. Teach a kid to fish, or show up for your club's annual fishing day. If you are not currently a Trout Unlimited member, we hope that this presentation will be an inspiration to join us. Membership in Trout Unlimited can give you access to the latest information concerning equipment, fishing conditions, and fishing techniques that can make you a better fisherman. But the real reward of membership is the knowledge that you're helping to protect and to enhance a fine fishing heritage, and to preserve this heritage for future generations.
the sound of music.